Good day, everyone. Jason Mumaw filling in for Chuck Freebie. Today is Thursday, March 17th, and here's what's happening around the world. Military helicopters dumped loads of seawater on Japan's stricken nuclear complex, trying to cool overheated uranium fuel that may be on the verge of spewing out more radiation. The dousing is aimed at cooling the Unit 3 reactor, as well as replenishing water in that unit's cooling pool where used fuel rods are stored. Plant operators also said they were racing to finish a new power line that could restore cooling systems and ease the crisis at the plant on the country's northeast coast. The troubles at the nuclear complex started after last week's earthquake and tsunami knocked out power and destroyed backup generators needed for the reactor's cooling systems. Some survivors of the earthquake and tsunami in the city of Sendai decided to leave the city, heading further away from the crippled nuclear power plant amidst rising fears of exposure to harmful radiation. The top U.S. nuclear regulatory official gave a far bleaker assessment of the crisis than the Japanese, and the U.S. ambassador warned U.S. citizens within 50 miles of the complex to leave the area or at least remain indoors. The Japanese government said it had no plans to expand its mandatory 12-mile exclusion zone around the plant, while also urging people within 20 miles to stay inside. Such differing assessments of the danger zone added to the fears of survivors. Financial markets around the world were jolted for a third day by fears that a partial meltdown may have occurred at the nuclear power plant in Japan. Stocks erased nearly all of their gains for the year. In the U.S., the losses were broad. Each of the 30 stocks that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell, with IBM and General Electric losing the most. The uncertainty in Japan also affected commodity prices on the world's largest trading floor, the Chicago Board of Trade. Japan is the world's third largest economy and a top buyer of U.S. grains and meats. Meanwhile, the White House reassured the American public that imports from Japan, especially food, would remain under tough scrutiny. In New Zealand, Britain's Prince William described